Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 12th edition of Vinny's Take. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl, one of my favorite events of the year, Super Sunday. Ever since I first got into football, my parents got me and my brother the VHS video cassette tape Super Sunday. I have loved and everything about the Super Bowl, even though Buffalo has never won it. But I'm not talking about those Super Bowls. Right now I want to talk about Super Bowl 52. New England versus Philadelphia. And who do you root for? America. Now I've seen a lot of things out there where most Americans are going to be rooting for Philadelphia because they're tired of the Patriot dynasty. And let me talk a little bit about Patriot fatigue, as I call it. Let me go all the way back to pre-Tom Brady and how I felt about the Patriots then, being in the same division as the Buffalo Bills. When the New England Patriots drafted Drew Bledsoe, I was a fan of Bledsoe's in college. I had seen him play a little bit, heard a lot about him, seen some highlights, and I really liked what I saw. So I plugged the name Drew. We just had a little skip there. I don't know if you picked it up or not. The name Drew is one of my favorite names. I actually named my son Andrew. So I always respected the Patriots. That doesn't mean I rooted for them when they made the Super Bowl against Green Bay in '96. I rooted for Brett Favre. But in the year 2001, Buffalo having a bad season and not making the playoffs, I picked up on the Patriots and the underdog aspect of what they were doing, especially with a backup quarterback having to play in Tom Brady. I rooted for them against the Raiders, and even though it's against common sense, I was happy about the Tuck rule. I rooted for them in the playoffs, or in the AFC title game, especially when Drew Bledsoe had to come off the bench and win the game. And of course I rooted for them in the Super Bowl. Over the next several years, every time the Patriots would make the Super Bowl, I found myself rooting for them just because the alternative to me was worse. Carolina didn't really have anything against them per se, but I didn't want to see them win it. Just my own personal opinion. Philadelphia, I was not a fan of Terrell Owens. Of course, he would end up coming to Buffalo a few years later, but I just wasn't a fan of his antics, so I rooted for New England. When it came to the Giants, I wanted to see a team go undefeated in my lifetime. And my wife being a Giants fan also helped me root for the Patriots there. After that, though, with Spygate coming out, I too started getting Patriot fatigue. But yet I still was rooting for them. Super Bowl 46, saw myself rooting for the Patriots again to get one over the Giants. It didn't happen. Super Bowl 48, I really didn't want to see Seattle get another Super Bowl because I don't know. A lot of things about Seattle just rubbed me the wrong way. And I know a lot of fans felt like that. Well, now some of you know my secondary team. You can see there in the background is the Atlanta Falcons. See that cross stitch from my childhood. So, shortly after their victory over the Seahawks, I really started getting burned out on the Patriots. Plus, for season after season after season of Buffalo just being horrible. Then last year, Patriots and Falcons, and the 28-3 comeback, I've completely flipped and gone the other way. I don't want to see New England win the Super Bowl. However, I fear it's going to. So who do I root for? Do I root for the Eagles now? Well, I have nothing against the Eagles. They don't have any players I despise. They don't have any players that rub me the wrong way. I don't hate their coaching staff. There's not a lot of players that spend their time in prison or doing bad things, or are just grandiose showboaters. Not entirely in favor of all the way the fans act, but you can't blame a few fans for some of the incidents that happened this past weekend, because a lot of fan bases are like that. And who would I be talking as a Buffalo Bills fan if I were to go root against a team for their fan base? I mean, have you seen Buffalo Bills fans lately? Apparently we like to put ourselves through tables. So, in closing, Super Bowl 52, Patriots or Eagles? Patriot fatigue versus an Eagle fan base that is probably going to burn that city down, win or lose. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping for a good game. I hope that there aren't a lot of controversial plays with the referees involved. That's a whole nother video, by the way. I hope for a great game. I'm not going to jump on any bandwagon. If you follow my Facebook page or any of my groups, you'll know that I'll make my official prediction on, and I might do it here on YouTube too, on Saturday, February 3rd. And until then, enjoy the season. We got some interesting things coming up with the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing one more Custom Bowl playoff series. I'm taking control of the 1991 Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully I can get a win this time. Got a big announcement coming soon about a major project involving a couple other YouTube channels through Madden. Till then, we'll see you later. I'm Vinny Vincent, and you're not. That's been my take.